Cool. Thank you very much for the intro. Um, cool. So really glad to be here with you guys today. I'm Vinny, I'm co-founder and CEO of Civic. We're a platform that's really been built around Bitcoin as the underpinnings of our platform for identity verification, and I'm here to tell you more about it today.
In a world with more and more...
Before I begin, let's watch a quick video.
In a world with more and more identity theft, a trusted identity is increasingly important. That's why Civic created the Secure Identity Platform. It's a bit like a digital wallet that bridges your physical and cyber credentials. To see how it works, let's meet Janice. Janice is going on a trip, and she needs to identify herself several times along the way, starting with the purchase of a plane ticket. Janice's travel booking service is a Civic business partner, so they simply send Janice a QR code to request her information. Janice provides the requested information directly from her mobile device, where that information is stored fully encrypted. Now Janice can use that same device to verify her identity at the airport check-in counter, at the security check, and when she gets to her hotel, using her fingerprint each time to prove that she is the owner of that data. This voluntary exchange of data happens directly between Janice and any organization that requests her information, like a hotel or a bank. When there is a request for additional data, it gets added to her Civic app, and she builds up trust in her digital identity. Each organization receiving her data independently validates her identity on the blockchain. That means Janice's information is trusted, and she can have the low-friction experience she deserves. Contact the Civic team to learn how you or your business can benefit from the Civic Secure Identity Platform.
Cool, thanks guys. So when we built Civic, we try to figure out a way to create identity on your device. So that would allow you to use your phone as a way of rendering a digital ID, a passport, logging onto websites, getting rid of usernames, passwords, two-factor authentication, and all secured by the blockchain. And this is the solution we're launching today. It's live in the App Store as of today, and you can download Civic. It's available worldwide as well. So what we've done is we focus on decentralization. The data only exists on your device. You back it up to your cloud storage unit that you use for your phone, and we never store the data on our servers. We verify the information, but we don't store it. So in theory, we could store everyone in the world's information on their phone, and Civic is never going to be a point of failure or a point of risk because we just don't have the data. It's encrypted, it's on your device. And this makes it really easy for you to go across borders in multiple countries and use your ID and credentials elsewhere because data is not stored locally in any one country. So really our architecture is around repurposing verified identity, because when you use your identity at any bank, institution to open up an account, it's a process that's probably been run before multiple times, especially in the past year. And this is a problem, especially in the cryptocurrency community, having to keep relying on releasing information over and over to multiple parties. We're trying to make this reusable. So what we've done is we've innovated on the back of the blockchain, and we've created something we call chain auth, which is an improvement, we believe, in OAuth. The OAuth protocol relies on an authorization server and a resource server and a third party to validate who you are. So if you're using a social login button, that service knows who you are and has to validate who you are to the site that's requesting it. They also know which site you're visiting. With chain auth, once the credentials are on your device, the requester can verify independently and directly with the blockchain and leave no trace that this transaction happened or that you logged in or created an account. Even Civic doesn't know about it. And that's the evolution that we've seen from how to do verifications and authentications online with an immense amount of privacy that doesn't exist today. And so as you look at the concept of reusable KYC, there's billions and billions of dollars being spent worldwide right now on KYCing the same people over and over again. So if you want to be a driver on a ride-sharing service and you sign up for 5 different services in the same month, they're all going through the independent checks, and the costs keep spiraling upwards. We believe that by creating the digital security around digital identities, we can solve this and many other problems and make KYC reusable for bank accounts and anything else you could possibly imagine. So we have 3 levels of security and privacy in our platform. Private login is essentially a website or an app requesting information from you, but requesting just verification. So does the person have a verified social security number, email address, and phone number, but not requesting that information, so just getting a unique token. That means that you can log in anonymously into the app, use it, and not disclose any information until you're willing to, and the site requests more information. This is live and available today. We have a low level of validation, which is just email and phone number, and then we have the full KYC, which is the high level social security number, address, etc. The high level is only available in the US for now, but we will be adding other countries pretty soon. We have some featured partners here, and I'll go through a couple of demos. We're finding more and more partners. Obviously, we've just launched today, so we'll do some live demos, but there are a number of other partners coming up. I'm also pleased to announce that Jax, the crypto wallet, will also be using Civic, and we think we can really help secure the cryptocurrency space and even remove the need for two-factor authentication. For example, with BitGo, instead of using SMS or Google Authenticator, you could just use Civic to authenticate that you are who you are. We're also working on a project with IDEO, their collab, and Citibank, and a large utility company. One of the problems utility companies have is they've got a ton of information about people, where they live, utility bills, etc., but they cannot hand that information over to anyone else. In this example, we would take the information, we would store it on your device, we would have it signed by the utility company, and then when the user wants to open an account at Citibank, the user's giving the information to Citibank, and because it's signed by the utility company, they can then trust that the information is valid and open an account. And so this really removes the need to bring in a utility bill into a bank branch. So quickly, our development roadmap is obviously product launch today, and then we have some plugins and server SDKs coming out in Q3. And we're working with Intel on their software guard extension, so this doesn't just apply to mobile phones, it can also apply to your laptop. We'll have European verified accounts by end of the year, and then we're releasing a token for reusable KYC in 2018, and we'll be doing an ICO as well around that. So we're going to go into some product demos quickly. So here's an example. This is not a real Palo Alto website, a City of Palo Alto website, but we're trying to show what happens if a city council wanted to have you vote on some type of an ordinance. So I'm loading up my Civic app. There's a proposal I get to vote on. I agree or disagree. I authenticate into the app, which has my ID credentials, and then I scan the code on the screen. It asks me for information to confirm. I confirm who I am, and oops, I don't live in Palo Alto. I live in Los Altos, and so that's a problem. But that means I can't vote. But at least this is an example of how how you can within smaller communities actually have proof that someone lives in a location or not, and have them vote. And this can be extended much further into national government voting, etc. And that's kind of where we want this to go eventually. But this is one good small example of how just address verification can help people do transactions online instead of having to go into City Hall, etc.